Welcome to the very first show of Therapy Lounge. I am your host, Dupree Shamir. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your very first time, which is my first time being on a podcast at Anchor, I would love for y'all guys to follow me at Social Therapy IG on Instagram. You can also follow us on Twitter as well. Social Therapy, just the number one. Social Therapy number one. So we want to talk today about flexing for the gram. Now, y'all guys know there's a lot of people that like to, show a lot of your money, things that they, like to show off, whereas, dealing with that money or jewelry or, bragging about what they may have, So I think the problem is with that is the fact that a lot of people, I'm gonna use the terms that they use, clout. A lot of people like to, um, just show off with the money they do have, and they like to just, it's really like attention. It's attention, and I might have more than you have, or just to let you know that I got money, and I got everything that I want out of just having the things that I want to possess or just want to show off on, whether it's on the gram, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Twitter. And sometimes it sends a bad message. It definitely sends a lot of red flags and messages that you want to show other people that you got it, and and you necessarily don't have to do that. I think basically, I always say social media is supposed to be a platform for people to show their talents. Whether they're entrepreneur, whether they're making products, or having a cosmetic line, or having a candle line, or they having they're a fashion designer or stuff like that. Sometimes we misuse these social media platforms, and I think the thing is that you send a bad message out there. It's almost sending a bad negative energy out there in the universe. I think it's very important to enlighten, showing other people other ways of showing flashing, not just flashing things, but showing a great accomplishment where you can inspire another person. If you're an entrepreneur, a person that want to like to start their own business, or would like to start a clothing line, start making products, or having their own bakery or something like that, or their own cafe, their storefront, which will give them a great opportunity to be inspired by what you did. They can learn from your story, and they can follow your footsteps, into, actually being greater, just trying to just enjoy what they do, the art. I always say having your own business is like the art, it's inspiring. You're your own boss. They say it pays the cost to be the boss. So, and I do understand that, because myself, as far as when I started Social Therapy Magazine, I had some obstacles I had to get over. I had some ups and downs in that publication industry. I met a lot of great people, and I networked with a lot of people. And I met a lot of bad people. I learned a valuable lesson from having a magazine company. Well, right now, and right now we have social therapy, still have the social therapy mag, and we have it where it's more like an advertisement company, and also interviewing up and coming talented artists that it can be in the range of you, a musician, or a person who having their own business, and etc. So I think it's very important to, instead of flexing on any social media, I think it's important to show a positive accomplishment, so others can be inspired that feel like they can't make it, or they feel like they're less fortunate. You can inspire someone. You'd be surprised the power of that, as far as giving someone else inspiration, motivation, and they having that burning ambition, that burning desire to say, you know what, I can do this. I might be unemployed or underemployed, or I don't have a job, whether it's just having like maybe 20 to $100 left in my pocket. You be surprised. You can inspire a lot of people, and and that's, I think that's very important. So this is what this today's show is about: people who flexing for the gram. Instead of flexing for the gram, inspiring people on social media, because I think it's very important. We send out a bad message. People send out a bad message. Everybody doesn't send a bad message out on social media. Sometimes I think the positive stuff get overlooked by the negative stuff. That's what happens nowadays. A lot of negative stuff get posted, and it gets more attention than a positive post, and I have seen that over the years, and I just want to be inspiring those who are maybe listening right now, maybe hearing my voice right now. You don't have to follow that negative trend. That's not a good trend. The best trend is to network with positive people who are doing a lot, that have their own businesses, or doing something that's can be inspiring for you. Very important. And I just want everyone who's listening, you can be inspired by someone. Whether you want to have your own restaurant, whether you want to have your own clothing line, whether you want to have your own storefront, whether you want to make products, cosmetics, or you want to make in the makeup industry, you want to do hair, you want to have your own hair salon, or you want to be a therapy, as far as being a masseuse. It's so many different avenues out there, and I think sometimes they get overlooked because a lot of people that's in the professional business sometimes don't go out there or don't speak on their accomplishment to inspire others. I'm not saying a lot that don't. I believe a lot that really do, and there's some that don't. But you'd be surprised. Your voice is a powerful. It's a powerful tool. Your voice can inspire so many people. Even if you only reach 10 people, that 10 people can reach, those 10 people can reach other people within their circle, so it's very important to do that. When I say flexing for the gram, I'm always saying that a lot of our young people, and you got a lot of older people too, that showboat, show the knots of money that they have. They want to get lit, or they say that, they this is what they got. I think that like I said, it sends a bad message out. And I think what you can do is you can basically say, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I don't have to show anybody money. I don't have to do that, because we know with that comes some consequences that may come. A lot of people get hurt by just flexing on their gram, showing money and stuff like that. It sends just a bad message. And what we want to do is, what Therapy Lounge want to do is, every week we want to give great positive conversations to our listeners, and I think that's very important. I think once we get out of that stigma that's been written on us about, we want to showboat, we think we have to be heard, or we think we got to show everybody what we got. You don't have to do that. You can show by just positive stuff, whether it's you are in a real estate business, you got properties, you can inspire someone that want to maybe flip homes, or have be a first time home buyer. I think that's very important to do. And this day and age, what, technology is just running the world right now. There's so many opportunities that a lot of our young people, as well as our older people too, because this show speaks for the young and the older audience. So what I want to do is challenge everyone today to sit down and think on, even if you're just working a 9 to 5 and you hate that job to death, and you want to say, you know what, I can be better than this. I feel good. I can create something. Someone else just inspired me. on social media, or just speaking to someone that's in the community that's a business owner, or in the real estate industry, or just just owning a business. I think that's very important. Is they say in this like sin, each one teach one. You know, one person build a brick up, another person build a brick. This is how we can build that bridge of empowerment. We build the bridge for empowerment. So I think that's very important when you can inspire someone else. It's a rewarding feeling. So people always ask me, younger inspiring people who want to start maybe a website, social media website, or not just a physical magazine. They can just do a digital magazine. They always ask me, Dupree Shamir, what did the steps did you take to start your magazine? I tell everyone, I said, you know what, I always was obsessed with just looking at Vibe magazines and the Source magazines. I just love the fashion side of and the contents of the magazine. Fashion was just the thing. Fashion, the different artists that comes on that they interview, or just the way everything was marketed and advertised was very inspiring to me. And I said what I did was I did my research. I sit back, I had to say, okay, I want to start a publication, and I'm not really sure what I need to do, but I looked at other magazines. I said, I have an idea. I wrote it down like a rough draft. I wrote stuff down. I said, what will be the important thing to do when you want to create a publication or a magazine online? So first I started interviewing up and coming artists, whether it was R&B, pop, hip hop, business owners, fashion designers, models, just giving everybody an opportunity. And that's what Social Therapy Magazine was about. It was giving the voiceless a voice to be heard in the community, or wherever they may have a talent, just to give them that platform. And I'm still to this day, I'm still proud of that. So yeah, I started that. I started a t-shirt line, as well. That was something that was that was very first venture out before I started doing like uncut oils. I started making uncut oils at the age of 17. And, that was just, accomplished doing that. I used to go downtown every Friday. I know when people get paid. Every Friday I would go downtown. I would go down Fifth and Market in Philadelphia, and I used to go down there, and I know all the ladies who worked in the offices. They used to know, and I used to be out in the area and just purchasing my uncut oils. That was the most wonderful feeling. And I believe like that day, and just it was a Friday. That day I sold like 300 units of my uncut oils. I had like so many various scents. So that was a great accomplishment. And I think from there I fell in love with being an entrepreneur, having that business mindset to create my own product and stuff like that. So that was very rewarding. And then like later on down the line, I started making candles. Loved that. Started making candles, and started just making products after that as well. So, those are stories was very rewarding to me, and that's I can inspire someone else that may want to start making products as well, or maybe the case may be, because is you helping others, you're showing others that you can be successful, you can achieve, believe to achieve. And I believe that's very important to do. And I want you to really, really, after the segment of this show, I really want you to like, right, to all my people who are looking to want to get into some type of business and don't know what they want to do, sit down and think of what would you love to do, what would you want to be your 9 to 5. You're the 9 to 5, you're the boss. I want you to sit down wherever you at, somewhere that is peaceful and quiet, where you're not being distracted, and sit down and write this down, write something down on what would you would love to do, write it down. Think about it. Don't rush. Take your time and just write those things down, because that's very important. To say okay, because everybody is not. Everybody doesn't I don't really believe that, but some people have the business, they driven to be business owners and some people don't. And that's okay. I mean, you can have extra revenue stream. Even if you just don't want to be a business owner, you don't want to be your own boss, I say you should. I think it's rewarding. But yeah, just and also you cannot quit. Don't quit your job now. Whatever job you may have right now, don't quit it until you know it's time for you ready to make that big move. I just want to give everybody some words of wisdom saying that you know what you can just save up some money, open up a bank account, checking savings, and start putting your money away. Every paycheck, pay yourself first, 10% first, because it's very important to make sure you gotta make sure you have to have some money on the side, some savings, because I know some people sometimes get to the point they just want to just quit their job and just move on. It's just important to start saving. And they might say, well, Dupree, how much should I have? How much should I save? It all depends on the business industry you're trying to get in to start for yourself, a business you're trying to start for yourself. I suggest really, I would say maybe 5,000 or 10,000 on up. I think it's very important to start. But even with five or $10,000, you just can't quit your job just yet, just like that, until you feel financially secure and ready to make that big move. I think that's very important to start saving. And I don't care if it's a job that's not really paying you. And even if his job is paying you under 13 or 10 or $11 an hour, pay yourself first and just put money away so you can start saving. You'd be surprised. Every If you save to $20 every month for those 12 months, it adds up each year. I think it's very important. It's almost like being your own personal IRA, or just, saying like, you know what, I'm trying to put money away. So and also I'm talking to the younger guys too, even if you in your early 20s or you in your 30s, it's important to start putting money away right now. So when you 10 years, you'll have a nice amount of money saved up, and it's very important. If you can put $40 a month away, it's good. If you can put 60 away, it's good. If you can put 100 away a month, that is good. So it's all about taking the very small steps first, before you make the big leap. It's very important just to not jump too fast. You want to take your time. uh, so my suggestion to anyone that want to do that, you do that. And that's what's saying, I think people, instead of flexing for the gram, you don't have to flex. You can be wise on what you do, be an inspiring person, whether you on Facebook, you have a Facebook page or Instagram page or a Twitter page. You share with your followers that what you're doing today. This is what I'm going to do, and we can do something. We all have an art, we all have talent, we all have a God gifted talent, so I think that's important to do. I just think sometimes we all can be misled by others, and if others can see, like, what, this is not the way I should do this, I can be inspiring to someone else. Then just give some inspirational stuff, show some positivity, because we need at these times, these day and times now, well, with the coronavirus and everything that's going on, and people losing jobs, and people are losing their businesses, people have to close their business down. I think that's very important to just learn from what everybody's going from, because we all can learn from trial and error. From trial and error, you be more successful, and it'd be a longevity for you, in the long run. So I just wanted to share that with y'all guys. I think that's very, very important. So, this is Dupree Shamer, the host of Therapy Lounge, and this is my very first show. I hope that I hope I was inspiring to y'all guys today. So y'all guys tune in for a next session for next week. And I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that I definitely gave y'all some great tips. And, definitely, you don't have to flex for the gram. Just be unique in your own special way, be positive, and your light will shine, and you can give other people a great shine as well through your great actions. This was Dupree today. That was on, and this is Anchored, brought to you by Social Therapy Mag. Thank you for tuning in, and y'all guys be encouraging to one another and breathe social therapy. Have a good one.